well. The test that they refer to took place in August. Since then, Bill's had UCAD tests. He's had another VADA test, which was negative. This year, he's had at least 4 UCAD tests, which were all negative. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's stupid where we're at with this, but they are not being consistent with their own regulations. As I say, if the fight was taking place in the UK, not a problem.
Yeah. Can't you take it somewhere else, Frank? Can't you just say, okay, we're not going to dilly-dally here, we'll change venues?
Well, I would if I was the promoter, but I'm not the promoter. The promoter is Matchroom, and their fighter is Andrade, who is challenging. So they want to keep it there because it keeps Bill out. It stops Bill getting paid quite a substantial person. They can bring this guy in from Africa, who they're paying probably $100,000 to. So financially for them, it suits them. They said publicly that they were supporting Bill. They wanted to fight. Yeah, I've got a letter from them privately saying that they're going to be neutral on the position. So, from a business perspective, I see where they're at. But it's not fair on Billy Joe Saunders that he's defended his title 3-4 times, that he's in this position. And not only that, he's had this case. I mean, this was found quite a few weeks ago. It took them all this time to convene a meeting. That should have been done very, very quickly, but it wasn't. So what's been happening is Bill's been training with this over his head. And you can't expect him, even now, if they had the appeal next week, you can't expect Bill to be fighting with that mental problem. Boxing's a dangerous enough sport anyway, without having this over his head. It's all unsatisfactory. It's been dealt with terribly, and it's put everybody in a bad position. But I want to speak to Bill first, and then once we know what we're doing, we will then obviously make an announcement. But Bill definitely will be suing, will go to the Supreme Court and be suing them for any loss of earnings, should there be loss of earnings.
Wow.
You know why that doesn't make sense? Is because with the reputation of Billy Joe Saunders, now understand that my job is to cover the news. I'm not going to take sides. I've been a Billy Joe Saunders fan before I even started literally covering boxing seriously on YouTube. So in this situation, he's got to pay the piper. He signed the contract for VADA. VADA's been governing the fight because that's the contract that they signed. It's called negligence. Whether he knew or not, nasal spray or whatever, it wasn't declared on the form. Right? Now, I understand he's going to be gutted. He's going to be upset. A career high payday, $2.3 million American dollars, about 2.12 million pounds. His title is now, my understanding, it is vacant. We're waiting for the Frank Warren statement to be released. What happened was they released a statement and then they took it down. I know you're probably going to say they put it back up, or no, they put a statement up. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I went to the Frank Warren website. If you go to click on it, they took it down. Of course, it's screenshotted, but I don't have time to pull it up. But it was this long fucking manifesto looking type shit. So I wonder if they're going to release a more, it was like a rant, basically. In fact, I can find it for you. That shit was like a rant. But here's the thing. If you don't know, Billy Joe Saunders has a reputation of pulling out of fights or fights not happening for whatever reason. So do you think that the zone is going to be like, okay, all right, we're going to postpone this for listen, nah. Here it is right here. This is just some long ass motherfucking I don't want to even try to read. Look at this shit. Because of the mental anguish brought on about the case, and out of respect to WBO, Billy Joe will, with a heavy heart, relinquish his world title, which the issue is in the process of being resolved. Legal proceedings will then be issued against the Massachusetts State Athletic Commission, the Msac, following the Supreme Court hearing. The Msac, in their refusal to grant a license to Billy Joe, have benefited his scheduled opponent, Andrade, but yet the drug, see, here's the thing, I'm going to stop it right there. The drug that Billy Joe Saunders was taking, that he said he took, whether it was in a nasal spray or not, that was a benefit to Billy Joe Saunders, not Andrade, because Billy Joe Saunders, apparently this drug can help you cut weight. Will Billy Joe Saunders have an easier time or a harder time cutting weight without this product? What would be the benefits of Demetrius Andrade if he used this? If Demetrius Andrade got popped over here in the States, he will be facing a year suspension, likely a 6-month suspension, because usually first offense, they give you a little slap on the wrist. That's what they did with Canelo, with the clenbuterol. These state athletic commissions here in the United States, they don't give a shit how that shit got in your system. They don't just govern boxing. They govern all the sports in the state. From the motherfucking Boston Celtics to the fucking Patriots, all that shit. So when they see, oh, okay, all right, what's the drug? Oh, yeah, it's on the ban list. Okay, who's governing the fight? Oh, you signed for this? Oh, and you oh, no, enough said. It's enough said. It's not no motherfucking CSI type shit when they're going to be bringing in all these experts and all this shit. You signed. On that list, it says you're not supposed to take that shit. You took that shit. So even though it's legal where you from, you should have the common sense to know, okay, well, I'm not going to fuck with that. It's risky. It's risky what they did, for example, right? It's risky because they probably thought, well, it's legal over here. So we've been taking this shit all the time. If they try to stop the fight, we're going to say, hey, look, it's risky, though, because the fight is not taking place over in the UK. It's taking place over here. And simply put, what else is there more to say that if Demetrius Andrade would have taken this drug, he would have been suspended? Unfair advantage for Billy Joe Saunders. Simple as that. We're still doing research on Walter K. I'm going to scour, the internet, for more footage of him. This was a fight. Also, Frank Warren is saying that, Matchroom and the Zone are cool with this. Now, I know people have been joking about, TstreeT, the Zone is paying you and everything, but literally, no bullshit. No fucking bullshit, right? They're trying to get subscribers. Do you think that they're happy that the Billy Joe Saunders fight is not happening? A lot of people that was like, yo, I'm going to motherfucking watch the Zone, even though I'm going to get the free trial and cancel. I'm going to still get it for the Billy Joe Saunders Andrade fight. Now it's Andrade versus Walter Kautondokwa. That's not what they want for a new platform. That is not what they want. Vargas versus Delorme was a good card. I like the production value was way up there. Wasn't a lot of people in that arena. This shit would have been packed. This shit would have been rocking. No, not you, Walter. No disrespect. This one. Fans was hype. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still a good card. I'm interested in women's boxing. So Katie Taylor versus CINDY SERRANO really, really interests me. You got Tevin Farmer versus Tennyson. Who else? I forgot who else is on the card. But I just don't think. I mean, I can understand Billy Joe Saunders is hurt. He should be. He should be in some type of. It's. Just hopefully he understands this is not the end. Big fights like Canelo or getting Golovkin are out the door. Right now he's got to really rebuild, and no matter who the opponents are, he has to take the winner off. Right. Take the winter off, enjoy it with a woman or whoever it is, and the holidays with his son, maybe give him a little discipline. No, I'm just joking. But and come back next year and listen, Frank, we're gonna have 4 fights. Even though we may only know for our reputation, we're probably gonna get 3 in. We gotta have 4 fights this year. No bullshit. Don't even focus on how big the fights are. People got to see him active because this right here is disgraceful. And this is not even all of them. Remember, some of these fights have been canceled, or postponed multiple times, whether it's his fault or not. Remember Eubank Jr. too, the rematch that was supposed to happen. Remember, in between this, Tom Loeffler said he had a contract ready for Billy Joe Saunders versus Golovkin. When he didn't do good, Billy Joe Saunders against Wolverine, Artur Alkavov, I talked to Oscar De La Hoya 2 days after that, and he said, yeah, we're lowering our offer. There was an offer for him to fight Canelo. He's had a bad year. And remember this. He's fought David Lemieux last year. Another year with no fights for Billy Joe Saunders. I remember like it was yesterday when he said if he didn't take the David Lemieux fight for that December, it would have been this year. You know, and he would have had only one fight last year, which would have been Willie Monroe. Remember, he fought Willie Monroe in September, and then he fought David Lemieux in December after that long-ass layoff he had. And now, after that momentum, after people were calling him the white UK Floyd Mayweather, they were. After that, the performance against David Lemieux was on social media and everything, on HBO. Very good performance. Now, he's fallen from grace. He's still got time, though. How old is he now? He's about 30, right? 29, plenty of time. But it's like it's got to be now. They got to restructure that shit. You know? And you got to think, I know he's not hard for cash, but he ain't been doing nothing. So, you know, he need these paydays, man. Let's hope he don't go into some Tyson Fury depression shit and understand it's like, listen, y'all got to come out, like, you got to, like, get over this shit and you got to come up with a plan quickly. He can't afford no time off. They got to start planning for January. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.